Hello, all. It's Arlana here. And today I want to talk about two very important keywords. Two words that I think are being used an awful lot in the animal companion world at this time. So I thought I'd give them some clarity, give you some clarity on the words themselves, how to implement them in your life, and why they are so valuable. We're going to be talking about two key things. We're going to be talking about advocacy and agency. So you may have heard these words used in training circles, online. I think they're both very valuable and for two very different reasons, but I think they both need to be implemented in your life with your animal companion. So let's first talk about agency. Agency means that you're giving your animal companion the opportunity to make decisions for itself, to make decisions about maybe how long you stay out for your walk or the direction that you go, time to sniff the ground or to be the animal that they are, and recognizing their traits and the innate things that make them who they are, honoring that within them. Now, agency is very powerful for a couple of other reasons. Not only does it give them the opportunity to explore and express who they are, it also gives them the chance to understand their own limitations and the restrictions that they may have to learn for themselves. When they become more self-sufficient and self-reliant and are able to make some decisions on their own without us always intervening, it makes them more confident. It can help to minimize the amount of anxiety. Say when you leave home and leave them on their own, they're going to be more confident in their own abilities to deal with situations than if we're always, stepping in and really monitoring and keeping them from all different types of harm. It means that, yeah, we look at where they are in their age and the breed and what kind of trouble they can get into. But just like with a child, the more that they're allowed to explore and experience things on their own, the better they'll be equipped to deal with situations that come up and they have to make a decision without us stepping in. Doing this is very helpful in helping to curtail and even prevent things like separation anxiety. Now, on the other side of the coin, we have advocacy. Now, being an animal advocate can mean many things. And I think it kind of started from talking about, animals that have been through trauma or been rescued or need to be rescued. And becoming an advocate means speaking up for them because they don't have a voice. Well, in our regular day-to-day domestic type routines and situations, we still can be an advocate for our pets. That means that we have the right to step in if there's going to be a situation, to ask people not to come up and pet our pet. We have the right to stand up for them and the expectation to stand up for them. If someone approaches you and they put their hand out, you can very gently step in front or between your animal and them and say, I'm sorry, but my pet has some anxiety issues and I would prefer if we kept our distance. They are perfectly fine. It just makes them a little bit anxious. Okay? You don't have to force your animal into situations where they feel uncomfortable. You have the right to say, I'm sorry, but I've taught my dog not to take treats from strangers. So I would appreciate if you don't offer them anything. It's part of, being their voice. And if they are stressed out by certain situations, then you can navigate away from those situations. Now, I'm going to tell you one of the really cool things and why these two words should be used and why you should be doing these things, both of these, for your pet. Because when they realize that you are looking out for them, but that you respect them enough to give them the opportunity to be their innate self, you're building three key foundation factors that are going to absolutely deepen your bond and help you build that more harmonious relationship that you would like. And that is respect, trust, and leadership. These three factors are going to help you build the strongest, deepest bond that you could ever have with an animal companion. So I encourage you to explore these with your pet and figure out what is their innate abilities. What is it that they truly enjoy doing? How can you help them realize that they are being respected in their fear? They're being respected in the way you trust them. And encourage these three things to grow and blossom in your relationship. From that place, your training is going to go a lot easier and your relationship is going to become much deeper. I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to share this information with you because I feel it is some of the most valuable information you could have when building and creating that deep, loving relationship that you want to have with your animal companion. So if you enjoyed this talk, I invite you to dive deeper by visiting my website, arlana.ca, or by even grabbing a copy of my book, Moving Beyond Words. Until next time, I'm wishing you a happier, healthier, more harmonious relationship with your animal companion.